changed
Did
the
you
name.
say that Micah was going to be joining us?
He will next month. He's at I did touch base with him real quick. He's at a friend's house, so because this was last minute.
Yep.
I didn't.
Totally
I
understandable.
couldn't do it tonight. Next homebrew.
Sven, you need to change the stream title name since Nashkel Homebrew,
thing.
it says.
Yeah,
I am doing
he's
that right
working
now.
on it.
We'll fix it.
Actually, I don't know if it's homebrew, so I can't say it is.
Is it homebrew, Nick?
There it is.
Partly.
And I need to change.
Good enough.
Let's just say I borrowed some stuff and changed what I needed.
Valid. I do that too.
I respect that decision. Very commendable.
Yeah.
Where is player screen? Switch to this one. Alrighty. I'm going to move this over.
Is there any modules that we need extra, or just the basic, Nick?
Uh,
Because we all
Let me
have the ones Sven requires, but do we need any extra?
Oh, Sven's modules do not transfer over here.
and I have the.
Ew.
So I don't have all the cool stuff that Sven does. I do a lot of stuff just by hand. But I do have the raw TUI's spell codings, which I do recommend you use, especially
You're
as
gonna
a.
have to spell that because
Just open your library.
I did.
And,
It'll
hit
be
activation.
5e
The first page,
raw.
yeah.
4
TUI's.
options. It is the one with like a character.
I see SRD data 5e
Nope, it's
effects.
5e effects coding.
All right,
Spells.
I got it.
Yep. Oh wait, I totally forgot about this. Since Sven is on, I can actually give you all of what Sven has.
Oh, nice! Steal from me.
Well, I mean, like I won't be able to access it if he's not on, but
Yeah, no.
I can make it available
Pressure
to
him
people.
to join every week.
Yeah, just now I'm just looking through trying to
Good luck.
figure out what to. There's a
45
lot.
minutes later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had like
Okay.
I have like
The entire
100
time
modules.
we are setting up characters, and Nick's still just scrolling through Sven's modules.
Okay, things might get a little slow for a second as I click a few things.
There we go.
Now, as a quick review, I don't know how many people have read the little handout I gave or not, but it was just like a quick little blurb about my world, just generally listing
I did
all
find
the
it
different
interesting
races.
that you said most people are, and you will probably be human, and then you spent the next 12 paragraphs saying, or you can be this, or you can be
Or
this,
you can
or
be
you can be
this,
this,
or you can be that. Yeah.
Majority of the settlers are human. You are probably human. If you're, they're the most populated race. They have a lot of kids. But there are all these different races. And I know I didn't list all the things that are technically available to 5th edition, to which if you remember some random one that I didn't include and want to play it, just let me know and we'll mark it. In this world, your race does, kind of matter. People treat you differently depending. Granted, you're also in the frontier, so a lot of people are, so long as you don't mess with me, you're fine by me.
So one other quick question. I need to know if I need to make a little blurb so that I can tell people. Are you willing to use the same chat triggers? So if somebody redeems a little help or random teleport, that type of thing, are you willing to do that? Or do you want me to tell them not during your stream?
I am all right with everything except for Magic Surge, and Random Teleport. I am
Okay.
fine with everything else.
Cool.
Yep.
Nick's like, yeah, they're gonna need the healing. So
Yeah, trying to think. For my campaigns, I typically like to do a couple of alternate rules. Only two. One of which is rapid quaffing, so you can drink potions as a bonus action instead of an action.
Okay.
But giving
Love
it to
that.
someone else is still an action.
Okay.
So, like, say your allies on the ground, you could use your action to feed them and then drink a potion yourself as a bonus action. Another thing is I have a flanking system that I like to use. It gives some more mechanical bonus. Has your position matters a little bit more. I will also post both of these in the Discord channel here in a second. But quick summary is if you have either side of a person, that's +2 bonus. If you have a person on a third side, that is a +4 bonus. If you have 4 people on the four sides, that is a +6 bonus. And if you are completely surrounding someone, that's a +10 bonus. So it's a little harder to do on larger creatures, but hey, if you're all getting up on someone, it's easier to hit them.
Separate.
Yep.
And that is true for NPCs as well?
Yes, that's also true for the enemy. So a horde of enemies can be just as
Running into
dangerous.
battle might not be a good plan. Crazy.
Yeah. But there are a fair amount of you for this, so good luck. We'll say it's a little harder for my other campaign because there's 3 people in my other campaign.
You have to try very hard not to kill them.
They don't. They make the challenge worth it.
Class.
Let's see. Again, I did really allow most races, though there are some connotations for each race, for my world specifically. The only ones that I'm not really allowing are like Warforged and like Auto Gnomes, I think are from like the new thing. Also, in my world, elves have gone extinct. However, that doesn't mean you can't play a character that gets the elf stat bonuses. You're just technically a half elf.
How do you roll your character again on this? I only did it one time, so I'm not too familiar with the setup of it.
Are we doing roll 4, drop 1?
Yep, and I'll allow you guys to roll 2 sets.
So it is /DIE space 4d6 d1.
I'm gonna
46
There you
D1 or
go.
-1?
That is the command.
Or what did you
D1.
say? D1. Gotcha. Okay.
46 minus 1 will just subtract 1 from the total of 46.
Yeah, that's right. I realized that as soon as I said it.
If you do that, Nick may not notice, and that would be better for us. So
Now, how do I
But he's
clear?
already being so nice.
How do I put the? Oh, I know what I need to do. Oh, you put a period in front of it.
Yes, I
So
put a
I have,
period in front of it so that it
Right.
didn't do it.
right, but I was trying to put it in my
Please don't put the period there.
4D6 D1. No, I was trying to put it into my plot so I could just do it over and over.
Well,
Yep.
you can
Yep.
drag it into your slot and then right-click it and edit it, and then hit
Yeah, well,
backspace on that
it's like
period.
Well, my first order of business is to change my dice color, so I'm not
Mm-hmm.
boring.
Yeah.
My
I have
user
changed
color and
mine.
options.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so now I have a cool user color, and then my dice.
That'd be
Wrong
17,
button.
14, 15, 9,
Nice.
12.
All right, so what is Zed race and class?
Aarakocra monk.
How
d-
do you have a plan on how long this is supposed to be in theory? Are you going all the way up to 20? Is it a module that only goes up to 6?
well, this first part I got
Yeah.
planned out will take you to 4th level, and then I have other stuff planned out that should take you up to 10th level afterwards.
Okay.
There will be some similarities to
my.
my Saturday campaign, but at the same time, I'm going to be making some differences.
2 low or 1 low? One high.
All right. Just so you know, I presume you do. Are we going with the 1 inspiration slot? And how do you want to do inspiration? How do you do run inspiration in your game?
Honestly, I don't run it as often in my campaigns, but for this group, I will do the. You'll start with an inspiration, same way we do for the our ongoing campaign with Cements Group. So you'll start with an inspiration at the start of the session that you doesn't carry over, and it'll just let you re-roll a die point.
As long as you're logged in, character selected, ready to go by 7.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sounds like a plan.
Mhm.
Mantha, any ideas on what you're doing? Micah is probably leaning toward. He's sort of toying with a spellcaster, but more than likely he says he's probably going to go with a martial character.
Yeah, I'm playing a character that is definitely a wizard.
Okay.
For
Spellcaster.
sure, 100% a wizard. They are not a wizard, but they are for sure a wizard. Don't worry.
So
Sven,
nobody's
Nick, how do
taking
you
the
work?
softball hit for my portrait.
I don't even know.
Say that again, Joker.
I'm doing a roll my thing now, but see if I did that right.
You forgot a D between the 6 and the 1.
Okay, yeah.
So you rolled 4 61-sided dice.
4 D6
Nice.
D1.
All right, so we don't have any rogues. We don't have any clerics.
I got a bat 2 1s. Oh god. And roll a second one. That's a lot better. I can
Nice.
work with that. All right.
Dex and wisdom. Okay, good.
No, what I was saying, Nick, is that nobody. I chose an intentionally weird portrait,
Yeah,
and
Mhm.
nobody
I
said
saw it.
anything about the fact that it looks like scrotum with an eye.
Yep, it kind of does. um,
Wait, 12, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did we do here? 17, correct. 13, 14.
Okay. Question, Nick.
yes.
You want us to drag stuff from D&D
12.
Player's Handbook or
That's
5e
13.
SRD data?
Do the handbook because I actually do own the player's handbook.
Coolio.
If you end up going with subclasses included in the initial handbook, we'll fix it.
I got my stats rolled up already.
Let's do that then, I guess.
I see 2 rolls from you.
Yeah, I rolled the 4d6. I thought we were never mind.
Yep, you roll. Do that 6 times, so 1 for each of your stats.
Each
Oh
ability.
wow, okay. Hold
Yep,
on.
and then you can do that another 6 times for your second set. So it's a lot of rolling.
It's a lot of rolling,
Just
which is why I haven't
one
done
set
it yet.
or the other.
Yes.
Side 4D 61.
Now you should be able to like click up on and then click enter to just keep doing that same phrase.
Up and then enter, right?
The up arrow, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
2,
Ready?
4,
Yep.
5, 6.
Not too shabby. Nothing below 10. That's nice.
Yeah. Now for your second. All right, 2 more.
5, 6.
All right.
I'm gonna
That's
stick with
tough.
the first set.
That's tough. It's a tough choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the first set, even though I like the 16 and the 14. But I want to stick with the
Yeah.
first set because I have 2 close to 16.
Yeah.
Nice.
15 instead of 14.
And then you
Plus you
add
get your racial bonuses.
Yep, your racial bonuses. So don't forget that.
Mhm.
All right, can I
Dragging
do
out
that?
there.
Planning on being undead, Sven?
That's cool. I'm sorry.
Planning on being undead based
No,
off your
just threw
picture?
that in there just to
Switch things up.
see if anybody is paying attention.
I am paying attention. I'm just also looking through the portraits that are there. So,
And once you put your race in a perfect world, you put your race, your background, then you throw in your class. I mean, you do your race, stats, background, class. You can drag your role right to the stat if you want, and then it will adjust according to the.
All right,
race.
I'm good here. I got my
Beautiful.
stats set up.
Okay.
I got my
Now go and add +1 to all your abilities because I see you didn't quite get that because you already added your race and then you added your stats.
okay.
Because I guess quick question: are you going with the regular human or the variant human?
I'm going with the regular human.
All right, then +1 to all your stats.
I don't actually really play variants, but yeah.
Regular human is good.
Abilities.
2d6.
+1 all stats, you said?
Yep, that's what you get for a regular human. Is that you get +1 to all of your ability scores.
Okay, how do I do that? Just add 1?
You just click in the box and then type a number that is higher. One higher
okay.
than the stat in there.
So, Mantha,
Hmm?
do you see what I did there? 2DG6.
Yeah.
So there is green, red, and blue. So if you want to do 4DR or 4DG or 4DB, 6D1, you can have different colors.
Yep.
All right.
I'm just waiting until everybody's done their rolling for me to do mine.
I got my rolling, I got my background, my class and level, my race. I just need to do my spells for level 1. What spells do a level 1 wizard get? How would I figure that out?
Most of them, if you click on spells here, I think most of them will come up via the 5e effects, but you won't be able to read them. They're also all listed on D&D Beyond, though you may also not be able to read them. If you see a spell that sounds interesting, I typically just, Google the name of the spell.
You said basic rules or player's handbook?
So you can pull any spell that's been published by D&D Beyond. We aren't limited just by the player's handbook.
Yeah.
So looking on D&D Beyond here real quick, looking at wizard spells of cantrip or first level, because you do get a number of cantrips, which I will have to quickly double check to see how many spells you get. Let's look at your spell casting here.
I got.
Okay, it looks like you at first level you know 3 cantrips of your choice.
All right.
And your wizard spell book contains 6 first-level wizard spells.
Alright, so cantrips. I got my level 1 wizard spells here on the D&D Player's Handbook. Is there any you don't want, or...?
Feel free to pick any that are published. You do have more available than what's just in the Player's Handbook.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
But I don't actually feel like cross-referencing a long list, so I'll just go with the Player's Handbook.
That's totally all right. Let's see, let me check something.
Cleric does not get multi-attack, correct?
Unless you are like a war cleric. I think if you are of the war domain, you get it multi-attack as part of your subclass. Mm-hmm.
Probably suits them.
Slash. Okay.
I'm assuming you went with your second set, Sven?
Yes.
And have you decided on what
That's
class or race you are?
Never mind. I'm a silly person. I messed it up, so give me a second here. I'm gonna do the math. No, I still looking at the options here. It didn't drop the dice, so I changed the wrong color. That's why it didn't change the color, and that's why it didn't drop the ones.
Double 17 is most impressive.
It's not, because it didn't drop the one die.
Oh yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, I am seeing that now. I didn't even notice myself.
One of the 17s was a 16 or
8,
15.
15,
Sorry.
14, 7, 11, 11. Ouch. I did get
that is
17, but it was with it. It's also with the set that I have a 7 and a 9, so I'm paying for it. My charisma sucks.
With your other set being that.
And my other one was a little more balanced, but I like having the one high set because I've got that dex bonus.
Yep, and you get a fly speed.
Wow. It's always good.
Now, did you pull from the one that was published in the Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, or the one that was prior to that? So I think they changed some things in Mordenkainen's.
There's also Masters of the Multiverse has Aarakocra. I don't think I own it.
Oh, mine, the Aarakocra.
Yes.
I took. Give me a second. Let me go back to it. I believe I took from the Explorer's Guide to Wildemount.
Wildmount? Okay.
Well, yeah, Wildemount. The other option that I have on mine is the Elemental Evil complaint, so I didn't want to.
Oh, did I not release the
I don't know if I changed it for
Mordenkainen's?
that, but I didn't want to mess with it.
Okay. Well, they did change a couple of things for the Aarakocra to make them a little bit more balanced in the last errata, or in the Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse.
I don't have more cannons yet. I got to get that.
Nick,
Yep.
do you want to throw their parcels in? If you load the background and class equipment bundles, it'll then show up in your parcels. You just type in like cleric, or we have 2 wizards, so wizard, and then you drag that parcel and then background. Type in their background and then drag that parcel to their inventory. And that way they have all their starting equipment.
Alrighty. It was the background and class equipment bundles. There you are.
Yep.
I will start it on that. And while I just let my computer load that for a second, and before I get into giving that to everyone, the changes for some Aarakocra. The primary thing is that your flight speed is 30 feet instead of 50.
All right.
And your walking speed is 30 instead of 25.
Oh, okay. So
it's
balance
just
a little bit.
Yep.
How do I? Can I? Oh, there it is. Got it. So it's just 30
That's
and 30.
17
That's a
though.
little better.
Your unarmed Talon Strike does a D6 instead of a D4.
D4. Wow. I
Yep.
like that.
And
Hey,
then you get some innate spellcasting starting at 3rd level.
Hey, Sven,
Or you
how
get
do you
one spell at 3rd level.
Sorry. I was gonna say,
Nope.
how do you remove spells from your spell book that you don't want? Because I accidentally added some wrong spells, so
Right
that
click
was
on
made
it,
us to right click on it. Okay.
and then you should see a little trash can. Should be straight down, typically.
Okay.
Did that work?
Yes, it did.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, I just messed that up. All right. So I got to re-put that in here. Give me a second. I just totally deleted it. My Talon Strike. Instead of
Well, sucks for
trying
you,
to
I
change the
guess.
fly and then deleting
You
the
were
whole
declawed,
thing.
I think.
Oops.
I just got declawed. All right. So where is my? This is items. Unarmed. Unarmed. Strike. Put that back in, please. Back to my actions. All right, and change this to my talons. All right, bases, decks, decks.
Yep.
Jeez.
It is slashing instead of bludgeoning for usual unarmed strike.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yep. Cool.
Okay.
I'll let you take care of it then. Okay, real quick, let me get you those bundles. Parcel should.
Sure, I'll do these too.
That should do it. There we go.
Did not actually. Oops.
No, they have the. They don't have the. Oh, it's under pack. Changed it from the name.
That weird. It's not actually working for me.
Like,
Okay, I will have to just individually give you items then. Hopefully, I have everything loaded for that case.
What means not working for you? It's under campaign parcels.
Yeah, I pulled up parcels. There's still nothing there. Went back to the modules, and I have it loaded, but it's saying that there's nothing in the module for some reason.
That's frustrating. Let me see. Can I? Who is? No, I can't open up anybody. Let me look in the party sheet. Nope, I can't do that.
I'll just take the long way.
Sorry.
Nope, totally all right. Oh, looks like Zeeds are getting his stuff. So
yeah, I just did a basic explorers pack. I don't really have anything. I mean, it gives me a toolkit automatically with my hermit thing. So I just took the navigators on the artisan tool. Since I fly anyway, I figured it's easier to do navigation than anything else. That's pretty much it. And the quarterstaff, and I'm good.
Fair enough.
It's been too long since I've worried about this. To use finesse weapons, is there a finesse proficiency?
It's just dex.
Okay, cool. I'm like, I don't think there is, but I don't want to like put my stats one way and then like screw myself over.
No, it's the weapon property allows you to use dex instead of strength.
Coolio.
Unless you're special and say you can just use dex anyways, like a monk.
Alright, Nick, I got 5 level 1 spells, like you said.
You get 6 actually, so you get one more.
6. Oh, okay. I was gonna say
Yep.
5. We'll
You
do
get 6 level 1s, and then you'll get another 3 cantrips. So is Zed a bald eagle?
No, that was a mistake. I clicked it twice and it delayed and all of a sudden threw something up there. I'm searching for a portrait.
That's totally all right.
What it is.
So I have a dumb
looking-
question. Oh, God.
It is a dumb question. Go ahead and ask it.
Damn, I
Though.
did it again. The delay is kicking my ass because I keep maybe it didn't click and I click it again. There we go.
All right. What was your question, Joker?
I have Find Familiar as a level 1 spell. Does that mean I get a familiar, or is it technically just I can find one in the area, basically? Because I have that as a level 1 spell.
So the Find Familiar spell allows you to conjure a familiar, so you basically create a familiar.
Yeah.
It does cost 10 gold to cast every time, but I will let you start with a familiar. It's just if it dies, you then have to spend the money to get it back.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Yep. As a part of that, you do get to choose if your what form it takes. Usually, of a small animal, typically like as it says in the spell, a bat, crab, cat, frog, hawk, etc. Just
Mine
some
is
small
going
animal.
to be a hawk.
Alrighty. And then is it a celestial, fae, or fiend? Like it's essence. It'll still be a regular hawk, but yeah.
It is, can I mix both Fae and Fiend, or no? Or does it have to be one or the other?
It is one of the 3.
Alright, I don't know if you can mix 2 together. I'm gonna go with Fiend. It's going to be a Fiend Hawk.
Coolio. I'll be sure to make a note of that real quick.
Yes. I got 6 spells. What do I click for cantrips? Again, it's under skills, right? Or
no, it's on spells. You just change the level to 0 instead of 1.
Cool. There, all right.
And make sure it's under Wizard.
Yes, I have Wizard, Source Wizard.
And I'm just gonna, for now, throw it into the combat tracker.
What?
Player's
handbook? Are you kidding me?
Righty. Just let you know, for your hawk, it has 1 hit point.
Okay.
Get hit.
Well, on standard. Though it could have like a max of 3 because it's like 1d4 minus 1. Just because it's a tiny little bird. Armor class of 13. It does have a fly speed of 60 feet. And it has advantage on perception checks that rely on its sight.
Alright, do you do fast True Strike, or is it regular True Strike only? Like Sven?
I will allow the fast True Strike. I will have to code it, because I just don't have it coded like that. But if you wanted to...
It's a bonus action instead of a standard action.
Yeah, because if you want to take True Strike, it's like as it is not worth it. Fast True Strike actually makes it worth it.
Yeah, no, I took True Strike on my first character ever. Used it like twice, realized, oh, this sucks. I can't change it, and then just never use it again. So
However, is True Strike it is a wizard spell. Okay. So yes.
Yeah,
So if
I
you
gave
want to
them.
take fast True Strike, you can.
So I just made it two options. I made it to where it was a bonus action, or instead of only being applicable to you, it was applicable to everyone. So I have
Mhm.
improved True Strike and fast True Strike are the only, and they're different. You can't have both. I mean, you can take it twice, but if you have fast
you
True
don't get
Strike, you
double
can't have
commit.
improved. Doesn't do this. It takes another cantrip.
I'm just going to real quick make a quick little True Strike with it being one bonus action. There you go. There should be a little spell there for you to take if you search up fast True Strike.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I'm probably
Nothing
not gonna.
mechanical.
I'm probably not gonna do it though, given the fact that I'm actually a wizard and not something that actually needs it. I was just curious of if you use
It will
it or not.
also, for any range spell attack like chromatic orb or those type of things that require an attack, Melf's acid arrow, those type of things, you'll get advantage on those. So
Yep.
keep that in mind.
And if you go become a Bladeslinger wizard and start wielding a weapon, it could help you doing a bonus action, fast True Strike, and then stab you. But you could also pick it up at later levels as well,
All right.
because you will
Long
get more
rest.
cantrips.
Okay, that's cool. I think I'll do that then.
Yes.
All right, so I think I'm going to go with the Tempest Domain Cleric from the PHB.
Ooh.
I've never heard of or seen anybody play one. I was surprised it was played as
Heard
something.
of yeah, I've heard someone who's played a Tempest Cleric. Heard it was pretty good.
Tempest Sorcerer is very common, but Cleric I haven't heard of. So that's my goal. And now I just need to figure out the race.
All right. On that note, my world, I kind of have my own pantheon. Is it fully fleshed out? No, but I
You can
flesh it out
choose
as I need
whatever.
to. Yep. So I can either create a god for you, or I do have one god that's a god of weather. That's might be interesting for you to take. It is the I think his name. I named him Ogdar, something like that. The giant's god of war and weather. Though you don't have to be like a Goliath or anything to worship him. It's just he's associated with giants. Or you could have a completely different god as a god over storms or weather or something. But we can also talk about that later.
All right.
Oh,
Mantha, what race is Mantha?
Tiefling. Figured might as well.
Mhm.
If it helps with my character, might as well.
Are you going to do with what we talked about?
Yep.
Alrighty.
I am currently doing what we talked about. If you want to open up my character, you will see.
Alrighty. I see. um.
Did you pin those, by the way? Pin that one message.
He can't. You can pin them.
I just reposted them into the new chat.
Right. I'll just.
All right, got 3 cantrips, 6 spells. All right, so we're good to there.
Oh
Yes.
Oh
gosh.
yeah, pin it.
I don't
All right. So
even know how
those
many spells
homebrew
I'm
rules are pinned. Do you want your handout pinned?
Yes, please.
Gee, so needy.
So with my thing I chose, I get 2
Nice.
languages of your choice, and I speak Common as well. So
Well, we have a tiefling and we have an Aarakocra, so you may want to do
Mhm.
parrot so you can talk to the Aarakocra.
Oren, thank you, Oren.
He doesn't speak common?
No, he
Yes, he
does.
does.
And then
But if you want to have secret conversations.
that's right. And then Pig Latin, so you can talk to the tiefling.
Yeah, basically.
Actually, believe it or not, I took Latin in high school, so I can read some Latin.
Oh, no,
cool.
Pig Latin is not based on Latin.
Fair
It is-
enough. But yeah, the
No,
two
it's based on
language,
pigs instead.
Yeah, you end every sentence with oink oink.
the two
And
languages I'm
begin.
going to go with is Draconian
All right.
and
That will be relevant.
the one that what is Zed? He's a giant eagle. It looks like so.
Aarakocra.
Aarakocra,
Uh,
but yeah, not too far off.
What language do they speak?
Remember correctly,
Orin,
Aarakocra have a native
Orin
language, and
Common.
then
Yeah, Orin's my own language, and then Common and Aarakocra.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Orin's
do.
like the
Birds, yeah.
like wind elemental language.
Yeah.
Mantha, are you doing
Plane of air, yeah.
Elvish or no?
I have an optional one too. I just haven't decided what it's gonna be because I don't know who we got yet.
There were a lot of people talking. Joker, what did you say?
I was gonna say, did you take Elvish, Mantha? Because I know you like Elvish, so.
No, I did not.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm going with Draconian and Elvish then for my two languages along with Common.
All right. Let me just double check. As a human, or let's see, you get
Humans don't get
what's your
squat.
language. Yeah, well, he gets one of the languages that he's given. You get 2 from acolyte, so you actually have
Elvish and
uh,
Draconian as extra.
yeah, well, so you get common +1 for being human, +2 for your background, which are common and or draconian and elvish. So you have one more to pick, and you might get more as a wizard as well. Let me double check that.
Alright, so I'm gonna speak I guess I'll work with it and speak whatever Zed is. So what is Zed's what language do they speak again? Cause can you spell that for me? Cause
Common
Uh,
and
no,
Orin and
his native language.
his native language, Aarakocra.
Yeah, how do you spell that?
AAR
AAR
AKO
AKO
CRA.
CRA. Alright, so I got 3 languages: Common, Draconian, Elvish, and Aarakocra.
yep. Guess a couple of other things. Are you going to take for equipment? Have you chosen the 2 skills you get as a part of your class?
So for the 2 skills I'm going to go with, I'm going to spec into. Well, I already get insight and religion for being an acolyte, so fully specced up.
Yep. Then you get 2 more skills for wizard from between Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion.
I'm going to do Arcana and Insight.
Those should already be
Oh.
there when he made the character, aren't they?
No, I got
He got
insight,
Insight and Religion.
Yeah, I already have insight and religion. I'm going to do Arcana and Investigation.
Okay. Believe it or not, you can be a wizard and not trained in Arcana.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Just
if
making
I'm going to be
sure when you
hurling
dragged it, you got the.
I was gonna say if I'm hurling firebolt at people, I need to know at least if they're resistant to it, right?
That's weird. Didn't give you any of the.
If you throw a
got-
fireball, you don't have to know specifics. You just throw it and
Those 2.
I have a meme. I don't know if I've already sent it in
I don't remember seeing
in
it now, though.
this, but let me. Oh no, it's not on this phone. Never mind. I'll look
Damn.
for it. I borked my phone, so it's fine.
Alright, so am I missing anything, Nick, or traits. I need traits.
That'll be just that's it didn't automatically like give it populate your thing.
Yeah, it
but
didn't populate me with feats or traits. That's the weird thing.
Oh wait, I can see why I wouldn't give you traits. You're a human. You don't have any special traits. What you got was a language and then the +1 to everything.
Alright, so what about feats? Any feats or no?
No. Well, I guess I'll. So, regular humans only get +1 to all their stats, and then and a language. I believe a variant human gets +1 to 2 stats and gets a feat. I will have to double check that, but if that's kind of the variant or the benefit.
I was gonna say because John's a human, not a human variant. He's actually human, and he had feats at default, so that's why I was asking. I think Sven gave me feats at default. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. It's been a while since I made it.
Well, you'll get feats later on when you level up to level 4. But that might have been the case. Or Sven also does talents, which I will not be doing.
Okay, that's what he did in talents, and yeah.
Yep. As cool as they are, I'm not going to be doing them for this campaign.
Alright, so I believe I am ready. I need to choose my gear. Hold on 1 second. Back.
Deciding on spells is hard, guys.
Do you allow rustic hospitality in your game?
Yes, I do.
Hero?
If I remember correctly, it'll be a bit more of like a roleplay aspect.
You can find a place to hide, rest, or recuperate among commoners unless you have shown yourself to be a danger to them. They will shield you from the law or anyone else searching for you.
Yes, specifically for your character, that won't necessarily extend to all your allies, but you will have at the very least a chance to negotiate with people for you and your friends.
Okay.
Or in the case of you and someone else are trying to negotiate, it'll be easier for you, like a lower DC.
Nick, what weapons do you allow for wizards in your game? Is there any attunement weapons, or is it just weapons in general, like a standard?
Well, so your starting proficiencies are dagger, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. As a blade slinger wizard, when you level up to level 2, you do get another proficiency. Which here, let me pull that up again. So at level 2, you basically get like one more proficiency weapon and light armor. But that's not until level 2.
So you said quarterstaff, right?
Yep. I think they are listed on your in the abilities sheet.
They're in the player's handbook for weapons, so.
Yep. I put it on your character sheet under the abilities tab, what you were proficient in.
Alright, cool.
Weapon-wise.
What classifies as a light crossbow? Just any crossbow, or?
No, it's a specific
kind. So it's a regular crossbow, so it's a D6 range. There are 3 kinds, which are like there's a hand crossbow, and there's a heavy crossbow, both of which are martial weapons that you are not proficient in. Here, let me pull it up real quick. A light crossbow light, is a light. Yep, it is D8 damage with a range of 80-320, and it has a loaded property as well as the 2-handed property. Loading means you can only shoot it once per round. So if you had multi-attack, you couldn't shoot 2 crossbow bolts in a round from the same crossbow.
Yeah.
And it does take up both your hands. As a wizard, I will occasionally kind of hand wave this, but you do have an arcane focus or a components pouch if you prefer. And that's what you kind of use to help cast your magic, depending on the spell.
Well,
like any material components, you need those.
Can a quarterstaff be held with one hand, or can a what would be easier to hold with one hand? If I'm casting magic, I want to have at least one hand open. So what would be easier, a crossbow or quarterstaff?
Quarterstaffs can also be held with one hand. Like crossbow stick, you can kind of. If you're going to be using it, you do need two hands, or you could just like have it on you and like have it carried.
Well, given that a blade singer wizard specializes in melee and ranged with spells, I'm gonna go with quarterstaff. Work around that.
Okay. And again, when you level up to level 2, you can choose, like, say, a rapier if you wanted,
Yeah, I know.
and then start using rapier then.
Yeah.
And also pick up some like leather armor.
So there's a game I play
Mhm.
for Mantha and Joker's Chosen. If I don't think Nick would be opposed to this, they allow for component pouches to also have a component belt or bracers that also hold your components,
Hmm.
just for flavor text.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I got my quarterstaff. Is there any other weapons I can bring, or just quarterstaff?
I believe you start with a single weapon.
Okay.
Here, let me pull it up again. Check it again. Yep, you start with, in addition to your background equipment, you start with a quarterstaff or a dagger. You also
Okay.
start with a components pouch or an arcane focus, generally just flavored to how you want to cast your spells. And then you start with a scholar's pack or an explorer's pack, and then of course your spell book.
I need to know where that spell book is actually at. Just curious.
Let me just see if I have an item for it. If not, you can just write spellbook into your inventory. Yep. So if you search an items spellbook, there is a listed item that says spellbook. One
All right,
word.
inventory, and then it's under items, right?
Yep.
Weapon.
While you look for that, Sven, how are you doing?
I'm doing
I know all your
great.
stuff.
Had a good dinner, so I'm feeling good.
That's good. Has all your stuff been populating so far?
Yes, I have not had any issues at all. All my skills and stats and everything. I'm choosing to go with cleric, if I didn't mention that already, and halfling.
Yep.
So I'm going to be
Nice.
half human and half minotaur.
Small bowl. He's more of a calf.
What did you say gear wise? Again, what gear did I get? Sorry, my brain is having a aneurysm at the moment. Trying to do
Totally
all
all
this.
right. So you have your component pouch or arcane focus, which is more like you have the actual like materials that are usually listed in the spells, or do you just have like an orb, or is your staff your focus?
I'm probably gonna go with a orb. That's my focus instead of the items, and keep it in my backpack or at least my pack or bag or something. So I
Okay.
don't know how you would code that or what item I use for that.
In general, you'll just I believe there is an arcane focus. So if you just write or focus, I guess there isn't.
Yeah, I don't.
Or
It would be
spell.
orb, wand, staff, rod. I believe those are your
Oh,
4 choices of arcane focus.
right. They
All
do
right,
break it
so
down.
all right,
For some
so
reason, I thought they had generic arcane focus in the items. Yeah, so you can just click or grab an orb, or a rod, or
can I bind the arcane focus to my quarterstaff or no?
Yes, a staff can be
yeah,
used
yes.
as a arcane focus.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna bind it to my quarterstaff because that's gonna be my main primary weapon I carry next to my rapier. So
Okay, you could just let your quarterstaff be that works.
yeah, I was gonna say instead of taking another item.
You can also tie your rapier to the end of your quarterstaff and stick people from 5 feet away.
Full arm.
I mean,
Um,
really, that would be the casting range on that would be touch, right?
I mean, so what you're saying is
If
I can.
something's touching them.
So what you're saying is I could tie my rapier
Mm.
to my quarterstaff and then cast a frost touch with it and just stab somebody and inflict ice damage. Fair enough.
Yeah.
If Nick allows it, of course. That would be kind of broken though, because all I had to do is just hide around for a while and just go
Depends on how good your, it wouldn't quite be a rapier anymore, but depends on how good your craftsmanship is.
I mean, we have a cleric here. I mean, I'm hoping Spen's going for healing.
No. I will have
No.
healing, but that is not my main focus.
Oh god. Do we have a tank at least, or is it just going to be two
Well,
clerics?
I'm
well,
a
you got a
monk,
monk,
and
and
I'm doing pretty good damage for first level because of high dex.
Okay.
I'll let you
That's
know,
good.
tanks can be,
But
or
I'm
clerics can
not
be
a
fairly
very,
tanky.
Oh yeah,
I'm not very personable.
me too.
Apparently, I have charisma of 7, so
Well, let's just say if we need you to charm somebody, we need somebody to charm somebody. Watch Sven, who has better charisma than all of us, probably.
You
I
have a
don't
low
know.
charisma because you have no control over your bowels, like most birds. Just randomly
I
leave
don't know.
white trails behind you.
My character has a pretty good charisma score.
What is your
I'm also only
charisma?
I'm also only 6 years old. So
Hi.
because
She's a warlock,
they're
probably.
mature by the time
So
they're 3.
charisma
What?
is her main
I'm
stat. As a
For sure, a
cleric,
wizard.
wisdom is my high stat.
I went with for my high stat wisdom and intelligence for mine because I know that wizards are intelligence based for their spell abilities, aren't they?
Yes.
Intelligence, yes. And then if you're going to be a blade singer, you need either dex or strength.
My dex is at 15, so it's ample.
All right. Yep. You also generally want to have a good con as well because you will be in melee.
My con is at 16.
Fair enough. Yeah. You'll be a bit of a glass cannon. So, maybe when you reach 4th level, and if we just keep playing, which I do hope we do, but we don't have to be on 4th level. You might want to pick up the mobile feat. Might be really useful for your build. That's down the line.
That was the plan, but also I feel take on a blade song or blade. It's like a song of the blades or some blade singer wizards get it. It pretty much allows you to pretty much do OP shit basically. So that's the gist of it. I don't know actually what it's called. It's like Blade of Song or Blade of War Song or something.
It's your main ability.
Yeah. So,
Blade Song.
Yeah, Blade Song. Yeah.
Yeah, which does help you in a number of ways. But yeah.
This is gonna be interesting to say the least.
It'll be something.
Ben, since you are a prepared caster, I'm going to start adding the first level spells for cleric to your spell list. If that's cool with you.
Okay.
Yeah, just to help you out a little bit.
What back up.
Well, good news.
Okay, and
Good
then
news.
so what, Mantha? What are you, or do you know yet?
Spellcaster.
Yeah, I'm playing a spellcaster, a tiefling.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He's definitely a wizard.
I'm
And
trying
you
to
guys will
figure out.
also have 2 more people joining you. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out where there's a phoenix. What would phoenix be under for a or a human? What would human be under? I should say for a thing. Modern, I guess. I don't know.
What exactly is your question?
Profile pic. What would he? Oh, never mind. I found it.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
You don't have to use I mean, if you really want that, I mean, sure, but you don't
All right.
have to go with that.
Well, I don't think there's a phoenix for the magical items. Is there like a magical bird phoenix for animals? Or no?
Well, there is a
Maybe have
monster
something to
that's
look
known
like
as a
it.
phoenix. But I
Oh,
mean, you don't have to be tied to the portraits that are listed there in on Fantasy Grounds. If you find a image elsewhere, you can always just make it a token.
how do you do that?
Um, well, generally, you'll send me the picture, and
Oh, cool.
I'll cut it down so it's the head.
So I just sent you a
And
picture for Zed. I don't know if you can squeeze that in or not.
Here, let me look for it. Where did you send it to?
In the Discord, in the
You're just gonna use.
Nick's monthly or whatever, where we're
Okay, here, give me a second.
I went with this one. If you can do that one, I don't actually know how you can do that, but they don't really have any other Phoenix versions without like all the fire and stuff. So, and I could use this one.
There we go.
Yay!
Election one was pretty easy because you chose the standard image.
I don't know how you would be able to do mine, but I can't find a Phoenix without actual flames on it. God damn it.
God, that looks an awful lot like the guy from the Muppet Show
Wait,
in this
Damn.
version of the picture.
I
so
do get
cool.
what you mean.
The American Eagle.
The American Eagle from the Muppet Show. When he's facing front like that, it looks a lot worse, but it's still a really good picture overall.
All right.
Let's see if
I can
find
figure
them
out
now.
something to if you want to use an actual phoenix to represent your character when we have it on the map and whatnot.
I found one.
We can do that, but your actual character will look like something different.
will
Like
There you
it'll
go.
actually look like a
There's
human.
that. Try that.
Yeah.
Try that once, Nick. See if that works.
Um,
Does that face work for the character?
yeah, you could be a redhead. If you give me a second, I will try and get that image. You don't have wings or anything, but you can be a
No.
redhead.
Yeah, I can be a redhead. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You use roll advantage. The website. Nick.
Honestly, I've generally been using like Photoshop and making it hard on myself, but
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I will make it easy on myself this time. And
no.
So as long as you've saved Joker's thing, you can go to rolladvantage.com, all together one word, and you can just make a token really easy, fast. Portrait or token. So that's what I use. Once you've done it like twice, then you know what you're going on. Oops, what am I doing? There we go.
Dumb things, probably.
Ouch, that was hurtful. I can cry
You
myself to
asked.
sleep tonight. All right, so that sound means we have a couple minutes. So Nick, if you're planning on taking breaks, we can. It's almost 8:30, so let us know when it's a good time to take our break. If you can allow us to roam free.
No, never. But no, in all seriousness, actually, now would be a good time to take a break. I'm gonna get this token taken care of, and then we can come back and start, continue to finish up all our stuff.
Well, I'm pretty much ready. I don't think I have anything else I can take care of, can I? Do you know offhand, Nick?
Well,
I am not ready.
I pretty much knew what I was going to be from the start. I already talked to Nick about it, so.
we do need to figure out your items still, because you do get some a pack or two. Or you can have a Scholar's Pack or Explorer's Pack, which gives you just a number of items.
I'd prefer
Um,
Really
scholars
a scholar's
pack.
pack too.
Yeah.
do you get a
Uh,
pack from your background as well? Maybe because
No,
background.
usually,
your crap comes from your background.
I
yeah.
was gonna say
I
because
just
I went
as a
with the
wizard, you get one.
I was gonna say I went with the 5e acolyte from Player's Handbook. So because you said you're in Player's Handbook. So
Mhm. It looks like you basically get a scholar's handbook as a part of your background, but it's just
He has
equipment
two.
that you have on you. I think
He's got
explorers
two now.
and second.
He's got two now. One from his
Yep.
background, one from his class.
Yeah,
So
well, we'll throw all those items onto you here in a minute. Let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll then can be back and finish up some stuff.
all right, guys.
Correct.
And
I try
we're
to be better.
back under the reins of Nick,
Woo.
Yep.
DM
Now
extraordinaire,
where did I put my whip?
finishing up the last of our character generations.
Yep. We are going to run once we kind of get things settled. We'll run through a quick encounter just so people can get at least somewhat used to their characters. Yeah, I know, Amanda.
I did not plan this.
Well,
Maybe you'll do that while I'm gone.
if you are not fully, I don't think you'll be fully ready by tonight. That is also all right. I will say my initial hook has you guys have been together for like a month.
Okay.
Okay.
So, as I stated in the PDF, my initial hook is that you guys have all hired on as guards for this merchant who's well, here, let me just pull it up and read it. Why don't I? Is Kendrick back?
Kendrick is not back now. Oh yeah, he is. He's here.
Well,
Yes.
it depends.
So does that mean
Okay.
we all have like 150 silver already?
You will be paid upon arrival, so we'll be starting like the day before you arrive.
Okay.
But that will not be this session. That will be when we actually start next month. This will be just between here and there. Just here. Here. So my quick little blurb as your initial hook was you are all first level adventurers. You may or may not know each other, like from before this job, but you've all been hired as guards by the same traveling wine merchant who's heading home. Ralph Tybalt is a friendly, if a bit superstitious, middle-aged human who is eager to return home. Your pay was set at 5 silver per day, with expected travel time of about 30 days. For a total of 15 gold to be paid upon arrival. You have been traveling from this port, Belhaven, to Ralph's home village of Falsbane. This is on the Slytheric Peninsula in my world, which is a bit of a frontier land in my world. While it's called Peninsula, it is closer to the size of a subcontinent, probably equated to about the size of India. This land was once ruled by the last of the chromatic dragons long ago, but that was, well, ancient history now. It is now a land that is inhabited by various native dragon redag tribes, which in my world includes things like dragonborn, kobolds, lizard folk, turtles, all those kind of dragon-like races. Just a broad term used for them. And it's a fairly dangerous land for settlers that come from other continents. In the regions that we will be playing in, is kind of the edge of the frontier that has been settled by the settlers. And it is not controlled by any higher power as of right now, because, well, the higher power that did control it kind of went out of business, let's say. So largely, settlements are self-governed, or maybe they'll be like a couple of villages that are under the domain of a local town, a local lord. But, it depends on where you go. Now, your reasons for accepting Ralph's job are your own. You could have been simply looking for work, or you could have been traveling in the same direction and decide to make some coin. Or maybe you have some other reason for traveling this far inland on the continent. This close to the edge of civilization. Now, that's my initial hook. You guys are traveling, and, some things are up here at the... Well, Ralph seems to think something's going on. But then again, he's a very superstitious man. So I guess we'll see. Now, how you guys decide to work that in for your characters, or whether you think it really matters or not, will be up to you. I always love a good backstory and love tying people into the world. But at the same time, if you want to keep it light, that is also fine by me.
Well, do you want us to tell our backstories now, or do you want to wait till we get into the actual first session?
You do not have to. You can share as much as you want. You guys have travel. When we start the first session next time, you guys will have been together for almost a month, and our start time will be like a day out from your destination village.
Well, I guess I'll start with my background if it's fine with it. My background for my character is he was a spellcaster, but a spell went wrong and he lost his memory. So he decided to join the school of magic that's in Nick's world as a person to study there to try to figure out how the spell he casted went wrong and how to regain his memory. Basically, that's the gist of it.
Nice.
Now, I can think of some reasons as to why you might have left said school of magic and are now out here in the frontier. But we can go over that at a later time. Again, this is also our session 0. Nothing has to be necessarily set in stone as of now. But Phoenix seems to be a nice open book in that the fact that he doesn't have much to his book.
I mean, I have for sure played characters like that. They're so easy to just pop in. They don't know anything. You don't know anything. It's great.
Yep. But yeah, he is someone who's traveled from the Athal schools of magic, frankly the most magical place in my world.
Yeah, my guy went to Athal schools of magic as well, so.
Well,
that's
yep,
probably where
exactly.
we met each other. Yeah, that's probably how we know each other.
Did I say someone else's name? I was meaning Phoenix or Joker, your character.
Oh, I thought you meant yourself. I was gonna say, I was like, wait, what?
Wait,
well, I'm the DM. I'm kind of everywhere.
Have a DM PC or?
Listen, the DM plays God. Okay, he's the deity that we pray to for good rolls and good times.
Literally everybody else. Actually, I do know of somebody who's technically not Nick. That is a deity-ish.
Patron.
Whatever. Former player in a former campaign. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. Which kind of actually brings me to Mantha, your character.
Yes.
While Phoenix, he traveled from the Athal schools all the way down to this frontier land. So did Mantha.
Yeah.
Funny.
One of those, you somehow ended up on the same boat, and then realize, like, as close as you can decide how close you are as you want, but at the very least, you came from the same direction. You ended up on the same boat coming down.
Mantha, do you agree? I would say we're acquaintances because we went to the same school. We're not like bestie, friendy, like how most people are, but like we're acquaintances and we know each other. At least know of each other.
I have a reason for saying this. No. I think we've for sure seen each other before. We look familiar, but I have a reason for saying no. We've seen each other before. Like, this is I think we've probably talked to each other before. Like, how do I know you? Sort of.
Well, depending on
situation.
how big the school is, of course we would probably see each other, but we never actually talk, so that makes sense. Depending on how big Nick's school is and length.
I will say it is massive. It is the schools of magic, not just like a singular school. So you guys could have very well have been in different departments or different buildings.
Pretty much like the city of Rabanastra, basically, where it's like super huge, has schools of magic there and stuff. Like one of the leading cities in magic and stuff.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
It is the leading city. It is like the place for mages and spellcasters of the arcane type. So they do
Okay.
have a few divine people there too, and they have a couple of different locations that are kind of in the same area.
Okay.
But yeah, it is fairly large.
Well,
Not that there aren't other places where people will try and study magic, but that is the place to study magic.
well, if it's fairly large, I'll go with Mantha's idea that we kind of recognize each other, but we don't actually know each other.
Right? Totally all right. At the very least, you probably saw each other on the same boat coming
Oh
this
yeah, we
way,
for sure saw
and
each other then.
yep. And then took the job at the same time, or around the same time.
Yeah.
We're like, damn, I keep running into this guy.
Yep. Yeah.
Nick, I sent you
Yeah.
a whisper.
Oh. Give me a quick second to check some stuff from my end. Do you mind telling me what you normally start with?
Scale.
This is. I will say I will let you start with a breastplate. Barnacle. That on that. Make sure I get some other stuff given to people. On that note, Mantha is there over this kind of month that you guys have been traveling together. How much would have your character interacted with the others besides them seeing the obvious look?
Well, more than likely, Phoenix would have
Uh,
seen her and went up and said, "Hi, how you doing?" and introduced himself to get to know people because he's quirky like that. He likes to know who he's traveling with, so he would have introduced himself. I don't know if Mantha would have recognized it or not, but that's up to her to decide. My guy would have just introduced himself to everybody in the party.
okay. And what about Mantha?
Yeah, I think
Or
he
whatever your
would.
name ends up being.
Yeah, whatever his name ends up being, his there. I don't know. Yeah, I think he would actually be pretty friendly to you guys. And introduce himself. Talk a lot about how he came from the renowned schools of magic, kind of stuff. I
All right.
can't really think of much else, but friendly. Talks to you guys. Not the antisocial loner character that everybody makes.
All right. Have you had so real quick, just, for my part, have you had any trouble with setting up other parts of your character, like skills, languages? I think you're still working on spells.
I am working on spells.
Okay.
No, I think I don't get any extra languages beyond what I have right now. So
Okay. Just chicken. In that case, we'll kind of move on to the next character. Well, since we've kind of been going in this opposite order, Barnacle. Is there generally what you have shared about your character or people have seen? And we can go over this again also in session one, which people have more time to think about it. But so far,
Well, he does
what I
not
think.
start conversations, he is happy to have them and will respond and will talk as long as people will listen to him um, and answer questions about himself. He's was born to a family of who were fishermen and sailors, merchants. Traveled. They started off as fishermen and then switched to strictly merchants. I mean, shipping uh, via boat and ships. So they would take cargo and ship it, and occasionally people as well. So he's very familiar with the sea, but got bored with it and decided to, when they were at one of the larger temples to their giant weather god, uh, he jumped off and talked to them and became a follower of them and has come back to sort of figure out what he wants to do with life and look around and see what's going on. So that's why he is with this caravan to see, meet other adventurers, and go to the major towns and try to look around and see what's there. Spread the light of his deity to those who need it.
Alrighty. And how about for Zeed? Kendrick?
Z tends to be a little brooding. It's like he's always got something he's thinking about, and does not seem to uh, understand. He's completely oblivious to any kind of etiquette or social expectations of other people. So he may just blurt into something in the middle of a conversation that has nothing to do with what people are talking about, or he may completely answer something that has not at all what people were asking. Because his mind is somewhere else.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm. So he's a bit of a bird brain, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, on par.
That deserves a pun, honestly, a pun statement.
Excellent. Well, my intelligence is 9. My charisma is 7. I don't think you can
That's
get
not one.
any more bird brainy than that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Unless you were a Kenku that couldn't even speak or read or write in a language that people could understand. So
Alrighty.
I'm honestly surprised that Eric Coker speaks Common to begin with, given the fact that Common isn't their natural language, is it?
I
That
don't
would
know.
be typically
Eric
Aarakocra, but
Okay.
pretty much all
Yeah.
races speak Common.
Yeah.
Actually, all playable races speak Common.
Okay, I'm just
Nick, the time has come. I will be back in like 10 or 15 minutes.
All
All
right,
right.
sounds good. All right. I think Mantha might be the last person who actually needs stuff. But I will real quick double check through everyone's stuff, make sure they got everything that they need.
I need a weapon, so I'm looking for my weapon. I have martial weapons, so just looking through to see what I want besides. I need something that's better than a mace because I have no
Yeah.
strength.
You have no strength, yet you serve a giant god. Nah. Totally all right.
Nick, dumb question. I have Shelter the Faithful as my feature for being an acolyte. It says I do worship a deity.
Yep. Or the very least, you have been raised in a temple, or in your case, as far back as you can remember, you spent some time in a temple trying to get your bearings.
Okay.
At least that's how my thought of how to incorporate that with your amnesiac backstory.
Yeah.
So it's probably where you probably were at some temple somewhere before going to the schools, and probably spent some time at the temple that was there as well. Um,
Do you want to just go with that? I lost my memory as a kid and grew up in a temple, and then moved on to wizardry.
Havoc, welcome, welcome. We're just making
Would
up
that
new
work for you,
characters
Nick?
for
if
a
that's what you
new
want to do, that's
campaign.
also all right. It could also have been more recent. It's generally whatever you want. I don't mind it being like you only remember back a number of years, and you kind of like from what you first remember was being in a temple.
Yeah, which I would be like 8 or 9 when I was in a temple, so I would have some sort of recollection of that, basically, of
All
growing
right.
up in a temple. So that would make
Yep.
more logical sense. We can go with that idea if you want to. If it whatever's easier for you, honestly.
I'm thinking just no memory, first memory from at whatever age you were at a temple, then went to the Athol schools at the right age. However, whatever age that is up to you. But now you're traveling. But if you ever come across a temple to that god, which depending you probably will, um, you will have more accommodations as someone of that faith. They'll typically be more willing to help someone of the faith.
Well, according to
Which,
what it says, Shelter of the Faithful, I command respect of those who share in your faith. You can perform religious ceremonies of your deity, and you and your vendors can expect to receive free healing and care at a temple, shrine, or other styles of presence of your faith. So basically saying if we come across a temple of my faith, I can heal you guys, basically have you healed by the clerics there. So that's what it's reading
yes.
out.
So as I said, you can expect help at a temple. Or at the very least for yourself, and then most likely for the rest of your party. Depending on how you act. Again, it's more of a role play aspect on how I typically do it. Like you will be able to interact with that unless for whatever reason you go in guns a blazing and no one wants to help you then.
Yeah.
But you can go and request help and typically expect it.
Okay.
Even if you haven't necessarily been there before. Trying to see if there's any other last minute things. I think I would. Oh, right. This is where I was checking. We will be doing like a quick little combat with our 4 characters once Samantha gets back, or once she's kind of done with her character. I think she is almost done, but we'll see. And just double checking equipment here. I think you got everything. Okay, and if I check something here, I'm just making sure everyone gets all the stuff they get.
Do we start with healing potions?
No.
Okay.
Though I will say you do know that Ralph Tybalt does carry a few in his cart just in case. I'm just let's see, making sure that you get all your stuff. So we
Are
have
you
all the
okay
things
with
from
my small dude being able to whip like a branch, or in his case, ship rigging, and swing across on his whip? because he's a small halfling.
So you like take a whip, Indiana Jones style, whip it to something and swing around.
It's only 5.
Yeah, I'd be all right with.
It's only like 7 feet, something like that. So it'll be 5
Yeah,
feet.
yeah, I'd be all right with that.
Okay.
It might be a check, but it's definitely doable.
Wait, what are you again?
Um,
I mean, what?
Halfling.
Oh, halfling.
yeah. It's a small
was-
person.
For whatever reason, I actually took you seriously when you said you were half human, half minotaur. Gotcha. Never mind. I should know better than take Eric seriously. Okay. Click.
What is the name of that deity again? So I can type it in.
Agdar, I believe. Agdar. Let me double check that for you, though. Sometimes I, write things down and then forget. This also came up recently in my other campaign, so I'm pretty sure that is correct. As I slowly build out, my pantheon and all the different details, Yes. There you go. Zed, you start with 5 gold from your background. Which I wrote in. It looks like you have everything, generally everything else that you would get. Yep, so it looks like you're good. You're doing all your stuff. You can take your language. Yep. All right, so you're all good.
Nick, I got my ideals, bonds, flaws, and personality traits sorted for the background.
Julio?
So if you want to give them a read and look at it.
Sure, if you would like me to.
Yeah, see if it works for you. The ideal, the bond should work well with your story about me with my forgetfulness and stuff like that. The bond should work well with that.
Okay. Yeah. Again, it is your character. Mint was just throwing out ideas. So if you have a better idea, happy to go with it.
Well, the thing I was feeling in there, this actually all tied together. So my parents died at a young age, and I didn't know it at the time, but I cast a spell as a kid, and it made me forget my memories, and a priest hooked me in and raised me at a young age at a temple, and then I went to wizard school. Does that work?
Yeah, that works.
So.
Right. Sven, for Barnacle, it looks like you get another 2 languages. Do you have any idea what languages you might want?
I will go.
All right, I guess Sven went.
We can say there's a. There was. I'm trying to figure out if I want to metagame or not. And see, because I've consistently probably 3 out of 7 characters, I picked specific languages that I've never used, and it's very frustrating in D&D because you only get like one, and it's so frustrating to not ever use it.
Enough. Well, your character is acolyte of a giant god, so giant might not be too far of a stretch.
Good.
I actually did have a
That works.
situation in recently in my other campaign where they came across a giant that wasn't initially hostile, but didn't speak common, and none of them spoke giant.
Nice.
So that was a bit hard on their end, but fun.
So I'll go
Yeah.
Draconic and Giant.
Aren't most giants
Right.
illiterate though?
No.
Depends on the type of giant.
Hill giants,
Um,
yes, but
yeah.
almost everything above hill are intelligent, and a lot of them are spellcasters. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
but hill
Yep.
giant, yes. Hey, Robin is in the house. Welcome.
Robin, how you doing?
Speaking of new campaigns,
Mhm.
she's going to be starting one as well every other Saturday, starting in February.
Nice,
So I'm
nice.
like 90% sure she's doing a Dragonlance one. So if Dragonlance has bards, I'm probably going to be a bard there. So
Well, I hope that campaign goes well for you. Yep. So I think we are getting close to there. I'm honestly stalling a little bit, hoping for Mantha to get back. I guess
Yeah,
actually,
he
while
said
I'm waiting,
she said
nope.
10 minutes, but you got to take into account traffic as well.
Yeah. Which it's all right. We're slowly working through our stuff.
Yeah.
by the way, if you guys have not heard of Solasta, it's an awesome game. Available on Steam. It's a 5e, the most accurate 5e representation I've ever seen on a role-playing game, computer role-playing game.
More accurate than Pathfinder?
No, I'm talking about for role-playing, for actual um,
Oh,
video game. It's a video game.
okay.
Baldur's Gate 3 is close, but you're only playing one player. Solasta has 4, and it uses the SRD rules for 5e. But I say this because every other Monday night, Robin, me, and 2 other people play it together. We're doing a campaign. 3 of us are streaming, and there's a link to where you can see all 3 streams at once. See the chats from all
That's
the
cool.
streams. It's pretty cool. So come check it out every other Monday on my stream, or you can be like everybody else and go to Robin's. She's the only one that people chat with because she's the prettiest.
I mean, I'm in your stream span when you stream it, so don't feel bad. You have me watching at least. I know I'm not what you want to hear, but
All right.
so what I hear is Robin stealing all the views basically because she's pretty.
Well, I mean, y'all having fun playing. That's good.
Yeah.
It's an awesome. It's a great crew, the 4 of us, but it's also a great game. It's the only game. So I've only completed one video game in my life, Mass Effect. So I'm actually doing a playthrough of Solasta, so you can see that on YouTube. I'm in like this 8th session of that. My goal is to actually complete the game with this group. The ones I'm not streaming, I do my normal thing. I've started like 5 different campaigns and deleted them. So yeah, Solasta is a great game. And she says, "Wait, that's not true. Y'all get viewers too."
Well, I sure hope so, but yeah. Glad you're all having fun.
It's a blast. All right, so I'm still. Oh, where's my other Thunderwave? Getting my
Spiels.
special one for my Tempest domain.
Jesus, do clerics get that many spells?
They
No, I get 3. I know 3 plus my domain gives me 2, so I'll have access to 5. But I can only
Yep.
cast 2 a day.
And they are prepared casters, so like every day they can prepare different spells.
Yeah, I just have a huge list to choose from. And what I typically do is just go through and get rid of all the ones I know I'll never use, and then pick it from there.
Yeah.
Wizards are a little similar, but their list is only from their spell book.
Yeah.
I believe you can prepare a number of spells from your spell book equal to
2 spell slots at level 1.
Yes, but you can prepare more of the spells. You choose a number as wizard spell
plus your level.
Yes, it is. Yep, it is. That is exactly what it is. Intelligence modifier plus your level. So you hit. Yes. So of your 6 first level spells, each day at dawn after the long rest, you can choose 3 of them.
Yeah. So like you wouldn't need, and anything that's a ritual, you don't need at all. So like find familiar, you'll never need to prepare that because you can do that as a ritual anytime you want.
Yep. Same with comprehend languages. I can see from your list, and illusionary script those 3 are ritual spells. So you can take 10 minutes to cast them and do the same effect. Or in case
I literally went with comprehend languages in case one of us doesn't speak a language. We can I can use that to talk or at least know what they're saying and relay to you guys what they need.
Right.
So I figured that would be useful in one of the scenarios, given the fact that we can only have so many languages and are limited by what we need.
Fair enough. So for your spells, I would assume you would typically prepare your other 3, your magic missile, shield, and witch bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use your spell slots to cast those 3 spells.
All right. All I have
for now, I've gone and checked them for you, so that now when you look at your action page, they'll have stars next to them.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Yep. It's not too complicated right now, but as we get on with levels, you'll get a little more spells. And cool thing with wizards is that if you come across a spell scroll that is of your spell list, you can write that spell into your spell book.
And then learn it automatically.
Yeah, and then you could then prepare it as you see it, or you can just use a scroll as you want if you didn't. But yeah. Okay, I was real quick making sure this map was all good.
It rolled me initiative automatically, even though I didn't actually roll initiative. It put me at 8.
No, I put your hawk at 8 because that's a NPC.
Oh. It also says I have 6 HP.
Which you should have a little bit more than that.
I was gonna say, because I put 16 as my con because I got a 15, and then you said plus 1 to that for everything.
Oh, so. Right, because of how you went about putting in your things, it did. Since you did wizard first, it took you 6, and then we gave you the con. So you have actually 9 hit points because you have 6 plus 3.
Okay.
You should also have a hit die. For whatever reason, that's not. There we go. That should fix that. Yep. Yes. As another side thing, I don't usually use experience. I do milestone leveling. So periodically I will say, hey, you level up at this long rest. I generally just find it easier for how I like to run things that way. So there might be times where it's like you technically would have leveled up experience-wise, but you haven't yet because we're doing milestone leveling. And then other times might be a lot sooner, depending on how the levels and experience works. So yeah.
Okay.
I added to Spen's quote about the spellcasters. I'm a blade singer or wizard, but just a wizard till level 2.
Mhm.
So it won't let me share it, but do you have the comprehensive equipment manual open?
Got
a phone call.
I do not believe so, but let me check. No, I do not, but I can certainly go to it if I can find it. Comprehensive equipment manual. Let's load that. See if that will actually give me anything. Nope, it is not giving me. Yep. A lot of the stuff
I do
that's.
it this way. So if we go to the party sheet,
Mhm.
let me and the inventory section. Let me.
I don't think there needs to be an unarmed strike right there.
Well, I put it there just in case anybody else didn't need it for like the monk or anybody else wanted it. Spellcasters use it sometimes when they have to do a opportunity attack and they don't have a weapon ready. Anyway, this double heavy crossbow, can't afford it right now, but does that exist in your world?
Yeah, I would allow it to exist.
Okay.
Have I thought about this before? No, but does it make sense to exist? Yes. Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I just can't afford it right now, but I eventually want to get one because it's
All right.
expensive, $100.
100 gold.
That and my plate mail. Breastplate does the same protection, gives the same protection as scale, but it's 25 pounds less heavy. So,
Mm-hmm. Plus, it does give you disadvantage on stealth checks.
all right.
Alrighty. That's pretty cool. Now to go to what I was looking at. I don't think I need to really do anything else for this little map right here, so I'll just do.
I like this one. A Juan. All right, so Aarakocra, can they see in the dark?
No.
I think tieflings can. Humans cannot. I don't think I can either. No.
No.
Okay, so I guess I'll get the light cantrip. Waste of a cantrip. We'll only travel in a day outside.
No caves, no dungeons. What do you think? This is a game?
No buildings unless it's just light inside. Or windows. All right, so I am finished finally. Let me just double check. Oh no, I still have to. I'm ready to play. I just need to code a couple things.
Alrighty. I am still getting the little encounter ready for everyone as we go about.
Yeah, I had to take a phone call.
All right. Yep, we are still kind of waiting on Mantha, but if she is going to be longer, we might just be, the three of you for this quick little encounter for you guys to test out your characters a little bit.
Yeah.
She's
I think
back.
Mantha is back.
Oh, look at that level. They shall appear.
I went black and red dice for my character, for my dice.
Nice. Actually, I should look. Are we in the combat tracker? Yes.
I just added all of you guys.
So, what'd you name your hawk, Phoenix?
His name will be Raven. I know that's kind of corny, but
You have the
Do you have a
Phoenix's
bird that you named
hawk,
after a different bird?
Yeah.
yes.
and he's named after a firebird.
Yeah, I
Yes, I'm
noticed
named
that
out.
bit.
My name is Phoenix Knight. Knight is spelled Knight, like knight, even though he's actually not a knight. Name him Ravenclaw. I'll go with that. Because I don't think Hawkclaw sounds as cool.
Raven. Okay.
Yes, my Harry Potter nerd side is kicking in.
Well, you're from basically Hogwarts.
Yeah, you are from the wizard school, so you know.
Mantha's profile picture is interesting.
It, one of the basic ones.
Mantha's a mystery.
Yeah. Crazy. There's not very many pictures of tieflings in the portraits that come with Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised they don't have many pictures of phoenixes as bought monsters either, you know?
Well, the only sections are portraits and animals.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying. The phoenix is an animal, it's a mystical bird, but
they are
this
not
is
animals in D&D. They are like, I don't think they're beasts. Oop,
they're
I
not
did not mean
beasts.
to do that.
What are we talking about?
Phoenixes.
Phoenixes.
No,
in
they're like
D&D. I don't
elementals.
think they're animals.
No, they're
Not in this world.
monsters. Just still getting together this little encounter for you guys. Realizing I do not have some of the things I normally would do because I haven't had a chance to add them just yet, but I still have stuff for you to fight. Who wants to fight a whale on land?
A
Yes.
whale on land.
We'll have a whale of a time.
That's what my ex called herself when she gained weight, a whale on land. I was like, no, you're not.
Well, if you're ever stumped about what to do with your character, you could always try whaling on it.
God damn, what the?
No,
Too many puns.
not enough.
I was when's the joke become a dad joke, Mantha?
When it becomes apparent.
I put that in my title when I was playing Genshin Impact, and Ashley was like, "Why?" She's like, "Manta loves puns," and she's like, "I absolutely can't stand them sometimes." I'm like, "Why not?" Like, it was great. She's like, "Why? Just why?" It was hilarious.
Alrighty. Mantha, have you figured out all your little have you figured out your spells yet?
No, because I was gone. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I want to participate in your encounter.
That's completely all right. This is mostly for people to get at least a little bit used to their characters. You know, not everyone is here, and that's perfectly fine. In that case, if you want to keep looking for your, spills, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I think for the rest, everyone else, we will get started on our little encounter. Except I just decided I don't want to use these creatures I was going to use, so I'm still going to use the other creatures I decided on. I just have to go find them again. Yep, there they are. And we'll say for right now, everyone could roll initiative.
Alrighty.
I am going to move you guys just a little bit, but
17. Good solid number.
all right. Well, to start off, you guys are coming off the road. Generally, you have Ralph and his little wagon there, and there's like a horse right in front of him, though I have not included them on the map. Generally, where will you guys be standing as you are traveling down the road? In that direction. Before I show you the creatures, where do you want to be starting roughly around where the cart is?
So is Zed able to fly constantly, or just like a human
It
can
appears
walk?
so. It's like a 30 feet 30 feet around, same as my walking speed. So
Yes, so
I
you
don't
can
understand
But
being.
what I'm saying
fly.
is, could you fly for 8 hours without landing, like a human could walk 8 hours without stopping?
I
Or does
don't
he?
know that it specifically said. I can look and see if it's anything in the
I think
description.
it is. Well, we can look it up later. For now, I'll say that much like many birds, you can fly for extremely long times and be roughly fine. We may change that later, but for now, we'll say you can be, flying as you travel if you want.
That was the plan. I will be above, pretty much directly above the wagon, but maybe
Okay.
doing occasional slow circles, or just kind of looking, watching our back trail as we're moving to, and then focusing forward after that.
Okay. For now, I will put you just right there.
Cool.
Roughly how high do you want to be?
Oh, not very high. Maybe 30 feet up, just so I can also get down and help if there was a problem. I don't want to be so far up that takes me 3 rounds to get to into battle.
Okay. I'm just going to make a little note on your character. I see, Barnacle, you are riding in the cart with them.
Yes, I'll be on the wagon.
All right. And how about for Phoenix and your familiar?
I'm just going to be pretty much about right to the left of Tybalt, and Ravenclaw's flying, so I guess he'll be flying like 30 feet above me, just looking out to see if we see anything. 30 to 40 feet above me, just like, how hawks like glide, basically, like how they glide and like hover in the air. Yeah, that's what he's doing basically.
Okay.
So
A little bit similar to what Zeed's doing himself, but
yeah.
All right, that works. So he's right there, but 30 feet up, roughly, flying
Yeah.
out. You guys don't really have to roll. Well, if you want, you can all roll perception checks, actually, as you guys should be keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I am. I will be standing sort of sitting in the back,
Eh.
but also with my crossbow out watching.
Perception check. Let me get the skills.
My first goal
Mhm.
when I get to the city and I'm going to get my 10 gold is to spend 25 gold for a mastiff, so I have a mount.
Ah. Stay the third.
Skills.
Yep.
There it is. Perception.
I'm realizing I could have just totally
Another
requested
10.
that roll and didn't, but oh well.
That's fine.
Well, you all rolled really well. So, first off, there's the obvious that you all see as you guys are approaching. You see these two kind of, ostrich kind of looking birds, in the middle of the road, kind of blocking the way up ahead, except kind of where their beak is this, it's more like a, what are they called? They're the, like a seagull, like the very large billed beak that kind of comes to a point in the front. Very kind of long, pointy edge, just all in the front where their big beak is. And they seem to be kind of like grazing on the pathway as you guys are coming down before they start to take notice. But what you all also notice is that there seems to be some rustling in the woods to the just to the north, just around here. So there appears to be multiple somethings that are also over there, just out of sight.
Okay, can I do any kind of check to see if I know what these birds are?
Yes. You can make, and anyone else who would like to make one. Well, we'll say Barnacle for now because he did ask. You can make a nature check.
Is Ravenclaw able to see anything in the thicket from the sky that would allow us to? Am I able to see through? The question I'm asking is, am I able to see through Ravenclaw's eyes as a familiar, or no?
You are, as a part of the Find Familiar spell. However, I believe it takes an
He's
action to look through their senses, and while doing so, you are completely blind and deaf, as you only taken what your familiar is.
oh yeah, I was just curious if Ravenclaw could see anything or not.
Give me a quick. Well, you do not currently have access to Ravenclaw, because I don't have an extension. But roll a. Here, I can
We
request.
should be able to open him up. and then
Mhm.
you should be able to drag
Here.
the shield over to his portrait, Phoenix,
Yep.
and then he should have access to it.
Yep.
All right.
Little thing for Ravenclaw have just popped up for you.
Yes, I see it.
I would save that link in your little hotbar below. If not, I can always share it for you. Remember
Yes,
to
I
click
see.
advantage and then roll or click on his perception.
All right. Advantage and then
ADV.
yes, I clicked ADV and then perception +4. Do you want
All
that
right.
in the dice tower or just regular?
Just roll it regular.
Okay, so roll to 18 up there, but
Oh, even better.
all right, so 23.
Yes. You no. So as you are noticing this, and you kind of like mentally communicate to your falcon to take a closer look at that thicket. Ravenclaw informs you that there are two more of these bird-like creatures, which Barnacle is unable to identify.
Okay.
That are just in the thicket over there. Yeah. With that, these creatures are taking notice of you guys and are starting to turn towards you guys and, well, seem to be acting hostile as they start to move towards you guys. And we officially enter initiative with Phoenix going first.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so I'm just going to well, first off, we're gonna do this because yeah, Phoenix. We're gonna go here. Check this. See here.
Ugh.
Hold on, I'm just looking for some specifics. Checking the range on some stuff. Give me a second.
Totally all right. New characters. That's what this fight's for.
30 feet.
I'll say just to clear things up. These creatures are clearly hostile. I'll say as you guys they turn to face you, and you guys are getting a better look and already rolled really high in your perception checks. You can see that there is like a glint of blood on their kind of sharp, large beaks.
All right, so hold on. Let me check some range real quick. That is how far? That's 75 feet. All right, this will work. I'm going to let's see here. Magic missile. Do I have to prepare that? No, it's instantaneous. All right. So I'm going to cast magic missile, and it's going to create 3 glowing darts of magical force, and I can spread them out above several targets. So I'm going to do 2 on one and 1 on the other, basically. And a dart deals 1d4 plus 1 force damage to its target. The dart strikes in strike time simultaneously. You can direct them to one creature or several.
Yep, and they automatically hit. I will say before you roll, you can decide to roll the damage once, and that'll apply for all 3 bullets, or you can roll it for each hit.
I'm gonna roll for each hit.
Okay.
Ooh, going against rules as written. Okay. We got a
Alright,
rebel in this house.
Yep.
All right, so let me make sure I hit the right thing. Magic missile spells. I do. Let me target these 2 here, like that. All right, target them. I gotta roll damage. So click damage. There's 2.
Yep. So that applied to both of them. Wait.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. Because you had them both targeted, applied the damage to both. So,
Untarget one of them.
yep. Untarget one of them, and I'm gonna heal.
All right.
Whichever one you untarget.
That one was
Okay. So you did 4 to 1, and I'm gonna heal the other here. We'll say it says you're targeting Are you targeting the one you currently have with your remaining one?
Yeah, so it fires
Okay.
up to 3 darts, and I'm gonna do 2 on Axbeak 2 and 1 on Axbeak 3.
Okay. Then we'll say those first 2 have applied to Axe-Beat 2. And if so, then untarget 2 and target 3 instead.
Alright, target 3 and then roll damage.
Yep.
And that rolled a 5. Max damage
Nice.
on this. So, and then I'm going to cast 1 spell off my spell slot.
Yep.
And then I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Did you want to move at all or stay where you were?
No, I'm just gonna stay where I am.
Okay. And with that impressive display of magic, Barnacle, you in the cart.
All right, so I'm going to stand up and shoot this one of the axe beaks with my crossbow
Alrighty.
or not, and then I'm going to drop the crossbow in the cart and jump down. Would I need to do any kind of check for that?
I'll say no. Not in this particular case. You're able to easily just spend the 5 feet of movement to hop down off the cart.
All right, and I'm going to move my last 20 feet, running up to these things. Going to pull out my net and my rapier.
Alrighty. And with that, one of these creatures bursts through the thicket. With surprising speed as it comes and then hops down off of this little hill that's right here, and coming towards you with its little feet as it runs towards you. Unfortunately, it did have to dash though, so it did not, doesn't get a chance to do anything else this turn. While the ones here are also gonna start charging at you on their, 2 big feet as they gallop towards you. This one does just manage to reach you. They aren't quite in flanking position, so they don't get a bonus to hit. But this thing kind of charges at you and then swings down with its large beak. Oh. Total of 4 points of damage. And it's coming up behind it. If this creature was here, it would be flanking. Or if it was here, it would be... Well, actually, is that flanking?
I mean, I don't think it's flanking because he's looking down the road. Get what I'm saying? And they're both like to the left of him. Like he can look left to see him. He can look right. Like if he was behind him, I would say it would be flanking. But I don't actually think it's flanking.
I will roll this particular one.
I misread your note. I thought you meant if there were 2 people adjacent, because that's what Pathfinder and some other things do. So
like if this guy was like one over,
gotcha.
This would count as flanking, but in this particular case, no.
Yep. Yeah, I said I just misread what you had originally written. So rereading it, I see what it means. Cool.
Yep, totally all right. I do appreciate the shout out because I do occasionally forget my own rules. This guy comes running around. He's gonna dash beyond and come up towards the cart. It's a little hard to see all that. Kind of coming up the cart. Ralph's very concerned right now as this big ass bird with a very sharp beak reaches him. And one more burb comes running out, jumping down this hill. Doesn't, can't quite get up on there, so he's going to dash around. They are surprisingly fast for, their size. Almost galloping on their 2 feet that they have. So that was his dash, so that's his turn. I will say now, if any of these 3 were to attack you, you have a creature on 3 sides, so they will get that plus 4 bonus on you if you stay there. Ravenclaw has not received any new orders from you, Phoenix, yet, so he's just he's still keeping a lookout.
Yeah, he's just keeping the lookout to see if anything else pops up, and if he does anything, he's just gonna give like a crow, like a call out or something to let me know that like he's there's stuff coming in by, so I should be able to hear it, given the fact that he is my familiar within range. So,
I will say you can give it orders, and it could. While it can't attack as you're familiar, it can help. So it could swoop down, distract the enemy, and provide advantage to one of your allies or yourself.
As long as you're within 100 feet, it can communicate telepathically with you, and vice versa.
Okay.
Yes. I will roll for this round, since you last kind of told him to look around. He'll keep on doing that. But if you, on consecutive turns, want him to help you out, you can do so.
Yeah, well, I just want him to currently keep an eye on things, basically, see if any more come in.
Zed, yeah? You're gonna swoop down, it looks like?
Just swoop down over the top of him, come down on the ground behind him, between me and Ralph.
Alrighty.
Oops, wrong one. And then attack with my quarterstaff, 2 hands, just bring it down hard on the head, in theory.
Alright. This would... You did have the +2, so yeah. We'll say, Ralph is not necessarily combatant. He is providing a distraction at the very least, so you can get that flanking bonus. I see you added.
Cool. Does that hit? I assume, since they're more or less natural creatures. That.
Yes, that would hit, but you can apply it, as we see. Yep. They aren't particularly hard to hit. Oof.
Minimum damage, damn it. All right, so then
I'll make sure that gets applied to him. There you go.
Oh, I forgot to.
This was the one that got hit with the magic missile earlier, or one of the ones. So he's not looking too good. As a bonus action, I will spin around using my talons to rake its side. Alrighty. Oh, bummer.
And I miss. I am slightly distracted by the fact that I'm attacking a fellow bird.
That's a flightless bird. It doesn't count.
My turn.
Ralph will take the dodge action and be, cowering in his cart. It is not participating in the fight, so skip. And we're back to the top of the round with Phoenix.
All right. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to... let me see here. Give me a second.
Yep.
All right. So let's see here. How many cast? Do you know offhand if I can, since I'm using my quarterstaff, do you know offhand if I can pretty much do as a bonus action firebolt, given the fact that it's coming from my quarterstaff, and if I hit the enemy, will it fire out a bolt? Can I do that? Or is that considered...
Firebolt is an action to cast.
It's instantaneous though, so...
But it's still an action to cast. It just means that it happens right after you cast it.
Okay, so I couldn't hit them and then cast, given the fact that it's coming from my quarterstaff. Could I do that, or
no? You could not. I would you can either go up and hit him with your staff, or you could cast a spell. Both would take your full action.
Alright, so since
Unfortunately.
Zed's there, do I get flanking if I use Firebolt, or does it have to be a melee attack?
Um,
Can it be a magic flanking spell, or does it have to be a melee attack?
I would say that as I look at my flanking rules again, I didn't write it down, so that's a good question. Flanking is typically for melee attacks. But looking at spell list, you do have Shocking Grasp. So if you were to go to melee, you could get a bonus with your Shocking Grasp attack.
So Shocking Grasp is thing. So could I touch him with my quarterstaff instead of actually sticking my hands on him, or and use it as an extension to channel it through the staff to touch him, or does it have to be me go up and just touching him on the shoulder or on the beak or somewhere like that? Can
You
I
could
use it
cast
as?
you could cast it through your staff if you want. You still have to be in melee, so
Yeah,
you do have
no,
to.
yeah, you have to be in melee range. But I'm talking about, do I actually mainly have to touch him with my hands, or can I extend my staff out and touch him? Because I don't know how big my staff is. Is it 5 feet, 10 feet? I don't know how long
It's
it
like a
is.
standard walking stick, so it probably is dependent on your height. 5 feet's probably a good, good indicator.
All right, so
But yeah, you could cast it through your staff if that's how you want to cast your spell.
all right. Well, given the staff is 5 feet, let me actually see how far this
Again, you do have to go into melee with it.
Yeah,
Melee
no,
range.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was moving there, but yeah, do that.
Huh?
All right, so
There you
now
go.
that I'm actually in melee range, I'm going to do Shocking Grasp, and I'm gonna chill. And I'm
So you
gonna
can get
chill.
a +2.
+2, so +2 advantage. Click that.
Not advantage, just +2.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. That's the advantage. Yeah.
Yep. And roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Let's see here. Go to my thing.
Mhm.
Do I roll for a quarterstaff hit, or is it its own hit?
It should be its own thing under shocking grasp.
Let's say, can I have cast and I have attack? It doesn't actually give me a thing for roll.
The attack is your roll.
Okay, let me.
All right.
18. Does it hit?
Yep. Let's see. Yep, it does.
All right. So
These aren't extremely hard to hit. They're
all right. Let me
big
target
birds.
him, and we're going to roll Shocking Grass damage. That is 1d8 lightning and 2. So I did 2 damage.
This burb is not looking well at all.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But I'm going to do that, and I don't think I can do anything else. So no, I'm just going to end my turn.
Alrighty. Barnacle, then you're getting into a bit of a sticky situation.
That I am. I am throwing my whip over X-Beak 2. It's a barbed whip. Barbed net. I'm sorry. Barbed net over X-Beak 2. Alright, so it is give me a
Not
second
gross
here.
damage, just the net damage, right?
Doesn't actually do damage yet until it tries to escape. So it says, see if it'll let me. Oh, it does let me do it. Here it is. Control C. So it should be entangled. There you go. That's what it does.
Okay.
So on its turn, when it tries to, it's restrained. That's what it is. And so I'm pulling up the
Okay.
restrained. Oops, and I've got it covered. Restrained. All right. So it basically means its speed is 0. And let me check my conditions. Restrained, Speed comes 0. Can't benefit from bonus to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. It has disadvantage and disadvantage on dex saving throws, but it still has opportunity attacks. So I was hoping it wouldn't. All right, so that
Alrighty.
and I'm going to attack with my offhand. Well, that the net was my offhand, but I screwed it up, so I'll just make my rapier offhand instead.
Yeah, totally all right.
Yay, that is a hit.
Thanks.
So I don't get my bonus to damage,
Mhm.
but I stab it for 3. Put it back on my on hand. So now I have empty hand and my rapier.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, you throw this large barbed net over this burb, gets him caught, and you poke him. So that you'll behave. um, I will say because he is restrained, he does not count towards the flanking bonus. But you
Nice.
still have 2 that are in. Kind of get that are in flanking. So they do get a +2 to attack. As this axe beak sees you poking its friend, and it doesn't like that, so it's going to try and poke you back. But he doesn't quite get it, as you're a very resilient and small halfling. This guy is going to attempt to break out. Remind me again what. See, this is a.
It's strength or
23.
athletics. And the DC is the net. Let me double check something real quick. I've got it right here faster. Just look it up here. I will have this coded here momentarily.
All right. Well, I believe a
We'll just
21 breaks out.
just barely, yes.
But
Manacles
I'm pretty
or
sure it still takes some damage, right? Because
yeah,
it's
I've
a
got the
barbed
1d3
net.
here. That I have.
1d3, I think, for each attempt.
That one I have
For yourself.
coded. There you go. But that does take its
Okay.
action. I know that much.
Yep. So it spends its time flailing around, eventually knocks this off and stands up on its little thing. And I'll still say that while it's no longer restrained, it still doesn't count for this little round because all the XP's kind of go as 1. So when 4 attacks, it will only get the +2 bonus. Now let's see. This guy.
Oh, it is only DC 10 strength. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no. He does not like the situation he is in at all. He is bleeding from several wounds now. So he's going to, disengage and run away. This meal is not worth the pain. As he runs off into the woods.
Cool.
He does disengage, so you do not get any attacks of opportunities. And I'll leave him there because he's, if you really want to hunt him down, you feel free, but,
I don't think hunting a bird through a thicket is worth it.
I'm going to
Fortunately,
use my
this.
reaction.
Oh. Alright.
When it hits you with an attack, you use your reaction. So I lash out. Number 4. Yes. Yay, he fails. And I'm going to choose lightning. So this zaps. My holy symbol glows. And I point toward it, and it Zapka's blast of lightning comes whipping through it for a whopping 2 1s.
These birds are apparently insulated.
We are, yeah, we are
Two out
rolling
of
some of the worst
16.
damage
You
ever
know,
here.
actually, I think these guys should start like driving trains because they seem like they'd be great conductors.
I,
Uh, but unfortunately, he does still connect, and you take a little whack on your shoulder as he kind of pecks down at you with this, with its large beak, and cuts you up a little bit. Is Ravenclaw's go. Phoenix, did you want Ravenclaw to do anything this turn to help anyone, or just continue?
Let's see what I can do here. Pass perception, proficiency bonus. Melee weapon attack +5 to hit, reach 5 feet.
Ravenclaw cannot attack because
Okay,
he's your
that's
familiar. He can help
okay.
other people, though, basically granting them advantage on their next attack.
Alright, well, who's next, basically? Zed is. So, Ravenclaw's gonna fly over to Zed and try to give him advantage on his next attack. So,
So generally, how help works is you go over to the enemy that it would attack, and use the help
ew.
action there, and you
Okay.
are using it for a specific person. I believe I got that right.
I don't. This is my first time using a familiar, so your
No,
guess is as good as
totally
mine.
all right. I'm
so
pretty sure that's
just
right.
imagine there's a bunch of creatures there. We're fighting them. Your hawk comes down behind one of them and just starts annoying the hell out of them, which distracts them enough that I can get a shot in.
All right.
That's kind of what the help action is for this.
Well, Ravenclaw's going to fly over to Axbeak 1 close to the Zed and start like pecking at him and trying to distract him, so Zed can get a hit on him, basically.
Alrighty. So I'll just put Ravenclaw there, and Ravenclaw does have melee, so they will be a little further down. But they are providing the help action to Zed against Axbeak 1, which I do not have that coded, so we'll just manually have with Zed, you'll just roll it, click advantage on your first attack.
Okay. And do I still get the flanking -2, or is the advantage what he's giving me?
I would say actually, if you want to go where Ravenclaw is right now, I'll just move him over. If you go onto the side of Axbeak, you get flanking with Barnacle and get that +2 in addition to advantage.
Okay. And I will attack with my quarterstaff. Really glad I had advantage on that.
For sure.
Yep.
Just a guess, but I'm pretty sure 26 hits. So the damage. And then with my bonus action, I will. All right, the swipe thing didn't work so well with my talents last time. I'm going to jump up, flap my wings a little bit, and try and claw with both my feet at the same time. Just whack, just ripping at them. My unarmed.
All right. That would not be on advantage. Help is only the first attack. But you roll a 14 and a 15. Those are fairly close. Both would have hit, so just roll your damage.
All right. Hey, max damage, fine.
Heck yeah, dying.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Zed makes quick work of the bird.
10, 15. I will then. $15, 30. Yeah, I should be able to get there. Oops. Sorry. That was. Let me cancel this. It's acrylic cancel. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. Remainder of my move, I'll get around to the other side of that other one and help Barnacle smack and grab. That will be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. That's good. I'm just going to get rid of XP 1 for simplicity. And Ralph is going to continue doing his dodge action. It's not fate. So back up to Phoenix.
Alright, I guess Phoenix is just gonna move up to a little to the left here. And I'm going to Witch's Bolt. Now it takes concentration up to a minute. So do I have a minute to cast it, or do I have to concentrate for a minute?
No, it is a action to cast, and then you can keep it up for a minute. So long as you are continuing concentrating on it, it will stay in effect up to a minute.
Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Witch's Bolt on Axbeak 4. So I have to do
Alright.
do that, attack, cast that. Oh wow. Yeah, no, that's a miss.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so mark that off, and I guess I'm just going to stay where I am here.
Alright. Do you remember to mark off your spell slot? And
Yes, I did. I marked both off.
Oh, perfect. Alrighty. Then it looks like it is Barnacle's go. If you want to pass the turn, Phoenix.
Yep.
There we go. I do realize we're going a little late, but we're almost done here.
All right, so I'm
As long
going
as
to go
you-
ahead and
Mhm.
lash out with my, let's see. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and sigh as I duck and weave under these beaks, and I'm going to go ahead and heal myself. I'm going to touch my holy symbol, mumble a couple words as it glows and a little electricity zaps over me.
Ooh. Alright, this guy. He is also extremely hurt, so I'm just going to real quick do a little roll. No, but he is determined. However, he did see this bird fella kill one of his friends, so he's going to be, he's going to seek vengeance and attack Seed. As it kind of turns around and its head just goes over Zeed's head as it's kind of whips around. Still a little, still trying to find its balance from when it was trapped on a thing. This Axbeak is unfortunately long gone, so I'm just gonna remove him from the tracker now. As for 4, he's still gonna go after Barnacle. These guys aren't. He's not gonna move or anything because they aren't really terribly smart to think about flanking positions. Just sometimes so happens. But Barnacle, your defenses hold fast. As you don't fall for the same trick twice as it tries to bring its beak down on you once more. Do you want to move over there?
No, I didn't.
Yep, I clicked it without thinking, so I just moved you back. Did you want Ravenclaw to help again?
Yeah, Ravenclaw is going to pretty much fly over to right in here and give Zeed another helping hand if he can and play distraction for him. So he's going to like peck and kind of like nibble and heckle the Axbeak and try to take his attention away from him so Zeed can get a helping hand. But he's going to stay at least within a decent range, so in case it, tries to attack back, he can evade it easily. So it's like swooping motion.
I gave you the effect, so you don't have to do anything.
Oh.
I
Sweet. Thank you, Sven.
swing my quarterstaff, doing considerable damage. Yeah, killed it right away.
Nice.
You knock it upside the head.
I do.
You just
Is
bonked
down.
them.
The determined bird's determination has failed it. Yeah, you still have your bonus action unarmed attack that you can make use of.
I'm gonna move up and just attack with my normal talons. God, my talons suck today.
One would say that you weren't
Okay.
very
Two nat
talented.
ones. Two nat ones and a max damage. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Ralph beats Ralph. Mantha beats Mantha. Phoenix.
All right, so I'm just going to since Zeed and Barnacle are to the right of that, if I move close and use shocking grasp, am I able to get advantage on that for flanking?
You can get a +2 bonus if you moved onto this side of the axe beak
That's
or the
fine.
bird.
I will do that.
Okay. Should be able to just drag your character portrait over rather than make an arrow. If you hover over it and have the
Yep,
name
there
on
you
it, yep, there you go. So then I can just click check and bring you over.
Yep, all right, there you go. Now we're gonna do that, and
So,
we're going to cast the attack for shocking grasp.
Remember to click the +2.
Well, there's three of us, so shouldn't there?
Is that plus four? Yeah.
I was gonna say plus there's three of us.
There are three of you, right? And so yes, due to my rules, as I
do modifier plus 4, right?
Yes, a modifier +4.
All
Thank you for pointing that out. Had a couple situations where this came up, but then like one guy was not technically contributing. But since you do have 3 people on them, you get a +4.
All right, so I'm gonna roll this. Roll the attack for that.
Mm-hmm. If Mantha was joining this fight, you could possibly get a +6.
There's that shocking grasp.
Mantha will settle for finishing their character.
It is a hit, so I'm gonna roll damage.
Alrighty, go for it.
Nice.
Oh, good damage. Nice.
7. All right, and I guess that's gonna be it for me.
Alrighty, that's the turn.
Electrocuted twice now.
Kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Finish him.
I mean, it is shocking how much damage he can take.
Nice.
Ay.
Yeah, no, he's holding there, but he's not looking terribly good. You know, it wasn't really touched before this round.
It sort of arcs its back as he gets zapped in the side, and I quickly slam my rapier into him, dropping him.
And that you do. And with this, you have...
This is a paragraph I wrote about 10 minutes ago. The party springs into action, showing the well-oiled machine they have become the past 30 days. Spells flying, nets tossing, and staves crushing the skulls of their enemies. They make short work of the strange bird-like monstrosities, killing or frightening off the lot. The party only sustained a few minor cuts and bruises.
Nice.
I was going to adjust it if we got screwed, but...
I was going to say, Kendrick should be our script writer for the D&D campaign.
Keep working my way through. I started doing it with my Kenku in another campaign because the Kenku basically hardly ever talks, just mocks things or imitates some things. And so I spend a good chunk of my time typing the story.
Make it a note, then Nick can put it in the messages of the day.
It's in a public. I think I have it public. Yeah, I have it public in the notes.
All right. Well, maybe you'll see it in message of the day next time. And with that, we've come to your little encounter you had on the road. So, from here to there, you did your job that you were hired for, acted as guards for Ralph, and you continue on your section.
Do another one next week.
You get hazard pay.
Month.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Oh.
think our hazard pay is free rides in a wagon there,
Our other
Cantor, just saying.
Other three slackers will
Rude.
give us some of their silver because they didn't do anything in this fight.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, you can hash that out between the party. That's
I was
all
gonna
on you.
say, is this considered a short rest or a long rest? Because for after this fight.
Oh, you'll have a long rest. We'll say this is during the months long journey before we actually take, where session one will take
now,
place.
so we don't forget.
I was gonna say
I
because
will do that because I sometimes forget.
If it's a long rest, then I get my 2 of my spell slots
How do
back
you do
because
ammo?
I have arcane recovery. So
my crossbow.
Over.
Do I get it back?
Yes, you'll get it back.
And how do you do it going forward?
Have you decided on
going
that?
forward, you'll get at least half your ammo rounded up back from a fight. Depending on circumstances, sometimes you might not get ammo back. Like, say you're in the sky for whatever reason and you're firing ammo, you probably will not get those arrows back. Okay. But on average, you'll get half your regular ammo back. And then if you need to try and want to try and get more, it'll probably be a roll to see how many survived. Okay. But you're guaranteed half. You were saying, Joker?
I was saying I do have some interesting way to play Wizard. Firebolt, it's a cantrip. I can cast it at water and cause the steam to let us escape. Or a Frost, I can literally channel a beam to freeze stuff and break it easily with somebody hitting it hard. Shocking Grass, if they're standing in like a puddle of water or it's raining near them, or they're standing in, let's say, a water area, I can use Shocking Grass to shock the water and all the enemies in it using my
have somebody else use Shape Water.
Yeah, that as well, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty of ways I can play this, and I'm looking forward to utilizing those ideas. That's why I literally went with the 3 main elements: fire, water, and electric, basically.
Lightning, yeah.
For cantrips, yeah.
Well, that's cool. I look forward to seeing your creative uses of spells. Okay. Well, I hope that little fight gave you at least somewhat of an idea for how your 3 characters worked. And soon to be joined by 3 more characters. Even though it did go a little long, I do apologize for that. But hey, we're ready for next month.
Awesome.
Much.
So on the 4th week, I'll reach out to. We'll have our other 2 players ready to go. Mantha will be ready to go, and we should looking forward to some nice role playing and stuff. So,
yep.
Thanks, Nick.
I will also
Thanks,
reach
everybody.
out to them to hopefully get their characters taken care of between now and then. But we'll see.
So this will be on the Using the Tubes as well. Thanks for those who stopped by, Robin and Havoc and his crew. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and whatever else you do. Enjoy the rest of your day. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Adios.